Welcome back everyone to our second lecture. In the previous lecture, we discussed mean, median and mode, and also we discussed about frequency distribution, which gave us a strong foundation in understanding the descriptive data analysis. Now we will take the next step and learn how to present and interpret the data visually. Today's lecture is extremely important because visualization is most powerful way to communicate the data. When the data becomes visual, it becomes easier to understand and also easier to compare and also easier to explain it to the others. We will begin today with cross tabulation. What is cross tabulation? Cross tabulation simply means comparing two variables at the same time. It helps us see the relationship between two different categories. For example, imagine you conducted a survey asking the students about their gender and their preferred study time. If you want to know how many um, males study in the morning and how many females study in the morning, or how many prefer studying at the night, cross tabulation will give you the answer. But how? Let's answer it quickly. It is like creating a table that shows the two sets of information that behave together. Cross tabulation is extremely useful when you want to analyze the patterns. For example, marketers use cross tabulation to see which age group prefers which product. HR department uses it to see if the job satisfaction differs across the departments. Universities use it to understand the relationship between study habits and grades. By looking at these two variables together, the cross tabulation help us move from the basic summary to deeper understandings. Now that we move to cross tabulation, let us move to visualization. What is visualization? Visualization means showing the data in the form of charts and graphs rather than in long numerical tables. Humans understand visuals much faster than numbers, which is why the data visualization is the key. It is a key skill in research and business. When you convert the frequency table into the bar chart or a pie chart, suddenly the information becomes much easier. Now, let us begin with the bar chart. What is the bar chart? A bar chart uses bars of different lengths or represent different values or categories. For example, if you want to show how many students prefer tea, coffee, juice, or soda, the bar chart is the perfect choice as the bar chart makes the comparison simpler. You can look at the bars and immediately see which category has the highest value and which category has the lowest value. Next, let us talk about the pie charts. A pie chart represents the data as slices of a circle. Each slice shows the proportion of each category. Pie charts are useful when you want to show the percentages. For example, if you want to show what percentage of people prefer each type of drink, a pie chart basically communicates that instantly. One glance at the pie chart tells you about the category that dominates. After the pie chart, let us discuss about histograms. A histogram is similar to bar chart, but it is used specifically for numerical data. For example, if you want to show how many students fall in different score ranges, just like 0, 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, and so on, a histogram can be the correct choice. It shows how many data is spread across different intervals. Histograms helps you understand the shape of your data, whether it is normally distributed, skewed, or connected in certain ranges. Another important visualization tool is the line graph. Line graphs are used to show trends over the time. For example, if you want to show how the sales are increased or decreased over the 12 months, a line graph will clearly show the trend. Businesses rely heavily on the line graphs and understand the performance trends. You might you might be wondering, why do we use so many different type of visualizations? The reason is simple. Different types of data require different type of presentation. If your data is categorical, a bar chart works very well, even best. But if your data is percentage based, then the pie chart works better. And if your data is continuous and divided into ranges, a histogram can be more suitable choice for you. And if your data changes over time, a line graph is most ideal choice. Let us take a simple example to connect everything. Suppose that you collect the data on students' study hours. First, you create a frequency table showing that how many students study for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, and so on. Then you turn your table into the bar chart so that the differences become visually clear. If you want to analyze the study hours by gender, you can create the cross tabulation table that uh, compares the both variables. Finally, if you want to show the average study hours changed across the semesters, a line graph would show the trend very beautifully. So, we can say that visualization and cross tabulation will make the data not only easier to understand but also it is the most meaningful thing. Managers, teachers, researchers, and decision makers all rely on these tools because they simplify the complexity. Numbers alone often fail to tell a complete story, but the charts and the tables make the story visible and understandable. As we end this lecture, let us recap smoothly. Today, we explored cross tabulation, which help us compare two variables at the same time. Then we moved to the visualization techniques, including bar charts, pie charts, histograms, and line graphs. All of these tools help to convert the raw number into visual form that are easier to interpret and communicate. Visualization is a skill which you will use again and again, whether you are preparing a report, analyzing a research, or presenting the findings. This brings uh, end of our today's lecture. Uh, we discussed in very detail about the visualization and cross tabulation, and I think that is enough for today's agenda, and we will be back in our next lecture. Till then, take good care of yourself. Allah Hafiz.